Brawl Talk just dropped, and we've got everything you need to know about the upcoming update. 3.5 new brawlers, four new brawlers, 5v5, 6 new hypercharges, details on the new Brawl Pass, and more. Let's kick things off with the new brawlers, starting with Mico. Mico is the newest mythic brawler coming to the game. He's going to be released on December 14th, and you will be able to unlock him for free as part of this year's Brawlidays. Now, Mico is the third and final member of the Brawlywood trio, along with Lola and Gray. He likes to believe that he's a very important director and actor, but in reality, he just operates the boom mic. Mico has a very unique attack. With each ammo, he leaps forwards and smashes the ground, dealing 2,180 damage to everything within a small radius around him. So he's kind of like a toxic combination of Mortis and Edgar. Now, for reference, that's a similar attack damage to what Edgar or Stu can deal to an enemy with a single attack. It's not the most damage in the game, but he makes up for it with his agility. He cannot be hit by enemy attacks while he's in the air, just like Piper or El Primo can't. So he's extremely good at dodging shots. Like, just imagine a Piper shot coming toward him and he can just hop over it. But in order to balance that out, his reload speed is very slow, so you have to be very careful about how you spend his ammo. You can also use his attack to jump over walls, over water, other obstacles on the map. But even crazier than his attack is his super. Mico jumps so high into the air that he disappears off the screen, and in his place appears a small target or aiming reticle that you can control with like your regular movement joystick and move anywhere on the map. Now, the longer that Mico's up in the air for, the larger the target gets, and when it reaches maximum size, Mico comes crashing down on the target and deals 2,380 damage to everything in its radius, which is just as strong as like Grom's super. Also, it knocks enemies back. Now, keep in mind that everyone on the map can actually see this target, and that includes your enemies, so they will definitely be trying to avoid it. Also, I should mention, with his hypercharge, his super will stun enemies for 1.5 seconds, which can give Mico plenty of time to take them out or even just run away if necessary for some reason. I can just imagine Mico grabbing 10 gems and then jumping into the air and then like falling all the way back onto his side of the map. Like, there's so many interesting and funny, crazy situations that like this super can actually do. Now, Mico also has 6,000 total health, which is the same as Grom, Mr. P, Jesse, Max, and Sprout. So he's not the squishiest brawler, but he's certainly no tank. And up close, he might struggle a little bit depending on how good he is at actually dodging shots. Up next, we've got Kit, the first ever legendary support brawler. Kit is going to be released on January 4th, but you'll be able to buy him a week earlier for early access. Now, he's part of a new trio that belongs to the Meow Park area called Startoon Studios. He's actually super famous in the film industry for his various roles as different cats in many different movies. And for his attack, he claws at enemies, dealing 1,000 damage for every attack, which actually is not a whole lot of damage for a single ammo. It's actually less than what Poco can deal. Plus, his range is really, really short, and really the only one thing going for his attack is that it has a really fast unload speed and reload speed, so he can unload attacks really fast more than other brawlers. But it's Kit's super that makes him really special. Kit can literally piggyback onto other brawlers, whether they're allies or opponents. Now, when he jumps onto his allies, he does a couple of things. First of all, he heals both himself and his teammates. The healing looks kind of inconsistent in the Brawl Talk footage. We even see him latching onto Meg and like not healing at all, which is kind of weird. And the inconsistent footage honestly kind of makes me think that like he's kind of broken in the developer build and we won't be able to see exactly how strong he is. My hope is that his main attack is actually stronger than what we actually saw in Brawl Talk. But either way, we can see him healing Terra 520 HP every second. So my guess is that that's how it will work, and for some reason it was bugged against Meg's mecha, right? Now, the other thing that happens when he piggybacks onto a teammate is that he changes his attack pattern. Instead of a close range scratch, he instead throws bombs of yarn at enemies like a thrower, and the damage is insane. Each attack deals 4,000 damage, and that is much damage as like Bull shooting you at point blank. That's a lot of damage. It's like taking every projectile in the face from a Griff shot or a maxed out bubble shot from Hank. 4,000 damage, that is a lot. And with 3 quick attacks dealing 12,000 damage, only a few brawlers could survive that. Now, it's actually a different story if he actually lands on an enemy. When he does that, he will scratch them for a few seconds before hopping off. I saw a total of 1,500 damage, which isn't a ton for a super. However, the fact that it's really hard to avoid kind of makes up for it. Also, Kit is invulnerable while he's attached to somebody, and after the super's over, Kit will be within close range, so he can quickly unload his attacks and finish enemies off. Now, in Brawl Talk, they said that you can get Kit off by eliminating the host or by waiting for Kit to jump off. We don't know if you'll be able to choose when to jump off of people, like when you're actually playing Kit. It'd be cool if like your super allowed you to do that, but we'll have to see. And we don't know how long Kit will be able to stay on teammates. If it's forever, that seems pretty broken, but I don't know. We'll have to see what happens. We'll see in a future video for sure. What's crazy is that Kit's super charges automatically. And at 5,200 HP, Kit has the same amount of health as Belle and Nani. It's not a whole lot for a close range brawler, but I imagine he's going to be best played by hopping onto a friendly teammate. And his reload speed seems pretty fast when he's alone. But when he's on a teammate, it actually slows down a lot, which makes sense because the damage output is just insane. Kit honestly looks like a lot of fun, and I cannot wait to get my hands on him. Up next, we have 2 new brawlers. 1.5 new brawlers? I don't know, it's Larry and Lawrie. And they never said the official rarity of Larry and Lawrie in Brawl Talk, but based off of the red background, I imagine that they're going to be mythic brawlers. They will be released on February 1st, but they'll be available for purchase 1 week earlier. They're part of RT's trio and help out with the Star Park security. And they are the law in Star Park, and they play the classic roles of good bot, bad bot, right? Now, Larry is the good bot, and he is the actual brawler that you will be able to play. Now, for his attacks, he throws out tickets at his enemies. At first, I thought these tickets were like tickets to go on rides, but after more thinking, I think it's more like a parking ticket or like you broke the law kind of a ticket. These explode on impact and then explode a second time with a larger radius afterward. Each blast deals 1,680 damage, which adds up to a total of 3,360 damage with a single ammo if enemies get hit twice by it. Now, his attack is actually very similar to Barley, which is interesting because the damage is also very similar to Barley's attack. It's just a little bit more if Barley is able to hit an enemy twice with his attack. So in terms of his damage, Larry is actually very similar to Barley. Now for his super though, it's very different. He calls for help from his big brother Lawrie and throws him into the arena. Now Lawrie is the bad bot, and unfortunately you don't actually get to actively play Lawrie yourself. He's kind of like a follower like Nita's Bear or Tara's Shadow, but it looks like, I don't know, maybe he'll be a little bit smarter. He follows the closest target and then shoots at them with a shotgun-like weapon. However, it doesn't seem like he just completely chases enemies down like Nita's Bear Bruce does, right? Instead, it seems like he does a little bit of back and forth, kind of seems to like maybe keep his distance while also trying to get close. I don't know. Either way, Larry and Larry and Lawrie. So although these brawlers are spawners very similar to Nita, it's actually very different. And I think they're going to play very different as well. And honestly, they look like a very strong set of brawlers. I don't know if we can call them 2 brawlers or not, but I'm going to go for it. We got 6 new hypercharges, and yes, we will get a free one from the Hypercharge Unleash event. It will be a random one. Could be one of these, could be one of the previous hypercharges. I already mentioned Mico's being a 1.5 second stun from his super. Then we have Leon's, and this is cool. Leon will stay invisible even if he attacks during his hypercharge super. That is actually insanely cool. I could see that being very useful. Fang's hypercharge super actually makes it so that he can go through walls, and he leaves popcorn behind him. Now, we didn't get to see how much damage the popcorn does, but I will show it more in depth in a future sneak peek video. For Edgar's hypercharge, his supercharge and reload speed increases during his hypercharge, which is actually interesting because it doesn't change his super at all other than a slight increase in damage, right? This is actually really good for Edgar because he'll be able to chain attacks and supers like never before. Next, we have Dynamite. Now, after his super explodes, more dynamite explodes out and explodes around it. Each stick of dynamite deals 1,716 damage, and this is going to be way more difficult to avoid than his regular super. For Crow's hypercharge, whenever he uses his super while hypercharged, the knives that go out can pierce through targets, and they return to him afterwards for double damage. Even just seeing the damage in this clip from this one super is enough to know how insane this is going to be. Mortis is getting a new mythic gear. It looks like it's going to increase the speed of his bats, which are from his super. Super, which I don't imagine will be too strong, but I guess we'll have to see. Unfortunately, Danny was covering up the percentage, so we don't know how much faster the bats are going to be. Brawler Days is coming with a lot of free gifts. Now, we don't know all the rewards that we'll get, but I think it's safe to assume that on top of Mico and a free skin, we will be getting awesome other rewards, including progression stuff, maybe even some gems, and hopefully, you know, some legendary star drops. Just make sure you collect everything by the end of the year or you will miss out. 5v5 is coming into Brawl Stars. These are going to feature bigger maps than normal and will be special weekend events, okay? First up, we got Brawl Ball, and this is very different because it is played sideways from left to right. The goal is a lot bigger. As you can see from this little clip right here, it's massive, so it's going to be easier to score, but there will be a lot more defenders to try and stop you. Wipeout's going to be pretty much the same for 5v5, except that there's more takedowns required to win the match early, and also there's 5 brawlers on both teams, so it's going to be crazy. Then we have Gem Grab, and some of the maps on Gem Grab will actually have 2 spawn points, and honestly, I'm kind of excited to try some maps with only 1 spawn point because it's going to be 5 brawlers all try. Like, it's going to be so hard to get those gems. Honestly, these all look super fun and I can't wait to try them out. As you can see from Brawl Talk, the wider maps are going to be really interesting because if you're on the left side of the map, you won't be able to know what's happening on the clear right side of the map. This is how Brawl Stars actually was in very early beta days when the camera was zoomed in a whole lot. And it led to a lot of really interesting strategies where, like, using bushes actually allowed you to sneak around because enemies had no idea that you went into a bush. Whereas now you can just see if somebody went on a bush. Also, can we talk about these icy maps? It looks like this is like a permanent lose super for both teams, although I hope that nobody starts actually getting frozen during it. I don't know. That's going to be probably annoying unless you're playing like a brawler like Mico that can jump around it. Let's talk about the new monthly Brawl Pass and Brawl Pass Plus. The new Brawl Pass is only going to be available as an in-app purchase, so you will not be able to purchase it with free gems. But I've done the math, and the free-to-play progression will actually get buffed after this change, thanks to all the improved rewards on the free side of the Brawl Pass. So this is actually better for free-to-play players, even if you were using your free gems to buy every other Brawl Pass every other month or every other season, right? Yes, free-to-play players will not be able to purchase the Brawl Pass, but we will be progressing faster. So, like, it's a little bit of a trade-off. I think that this is better for free-to-play economy, though. And now you can use your free gems to buy additional progression or cosmetics or whatever else you want to do. Now, the paid side of the Brawl Pass also got some massive buffs, so spending money on the game will actually be more rewarding than ever before. For now, every Brawl Pass is going to include a skin, and the Brawl Pass is now going to be monthly, so each season will be way less stale, and it will start on the first Thursday of every month. Now, the rewards at the end of the Brawl Pass is being replaced with a random star drop, so that is actually going to be a buff to progression overall. I know that some people feel like star drops aren't a buff to progression, but compared to the end of season rewards that we had before, star drops are absolutely better, even when you take into consideration the fact that you're going to be getting the regular rare star drops the majority of the time. Now, the Brawl Pass is no longer going to give you a specific brawler each season. Instead, if you have the Brawl Pass, you will be able to unlock any brawler that is epic or lower, and if you'd rather have 1,000 credits to go towards your current unlocking brawler, you can go with those 1,000 credits instead, which may actually be the best choice a lot of the times. Now, interestingly enough, tokens are being renamed to be battle XP or experience, right? XP is going to work exactly like tokens did, but I guess that the team felt that like XP makes more sense than tokens. That's gonna be hard to get used to. I can see how it would be better for newer players though. Now, on top of all these rewards that you can get from the Brawl Pass, you can spend a little bit extra to get the Brawl Pass Plus. The Brawl Pass Plus comes with more progression, 2 additional skin variations of the Brawl Pass skin. You'll also get a new unique player title for that season and additional rewards like bling, even more gems on top of progression increase, and like I said, the actual progression increase. Now, what I found interesting is that it is now possible for you to unlock and save skins for brawlers that you don't own. I think the reason why they did this is because previously the Brawl Stars team could only release skins for like really common brawlers that pretty much everybody's going to have in the Brawl Pass. So that meant they couldn't do Brawl Pass skins for like Crow or legendary brawlers or even mythic brawlers because not everybody has those brawlers. This will allow the Brawl Stars team to release really cool skins in the Brawl Pass for the more rare brawlers that some players have not unlocked yet. Now, the first monthly Brawl Pass is going to start on January 4th, and like I said, every subsequent monthly season will start on the first Thursday of each month. Now, if you are worried about how the new Brawl Pass compares to the previous one, both free to play and paying, I will be doing the math to find out just how much better or worse progression is in a future video. Now, before we cover all the awesome skins coming this update, and there are some awesome ones, let's talk about some random changes happening this update. You will now be rewarded for win streaks, meaning that if you win multiple matches in a row, then you will get a reward. Now, this has a plus trophy here, so I imagine the extra reward will be extra trophies, but we'll have to wait and see. You can now share replays to your clubs. That's a really nice feature. And Shelly is getting a revamp. And honestly, I don't know how I feel about this. I don't know. I don't know. As we can see here, there are some sort of new modifiers. There was the ice modifier, which I don't know if that is going to be like the frozen lake like we saw in the 5v5 clips, or if that's actually going to be like everybody's slipping around all the time. I have no idea. We also saw a new like toxic cloud modifier or something like that. And you know what? Maybe we'll even get some more modifiers for Mega Pig this season. Okay. Let's talk about skins. I will very clearly say how much each skin is going to cost if we know. And if we don't know how much they're going to cost, I will speculate just based off of how cool I think the skin is. Starting off, we have Macaron Mico. This is very likely going to be a 29 gem skin because it's just a simple change to Mico, right? This will be released in December. Then we have Crouch Mico, likely going to be 79 or 149 gems if I had to guess. This will be released in December as well. Wukong Mico is releasing in February and will be a 299 gem skin and looks really cool. Next, we have Santa Stew, and I love this skin. It's probably going to be 149 gems, maybe 79 gems, but it's pretty dope. This will be released in December. And then also we have Dark Angel Colt. This is a Supercell make skin. It will probably cost 79 or 149 gems, but it's going to be free for anyone on December 24th as part of the Brawl Days calendar. So you will get this skin for free, which is awesome. Billy the Kit is a 29 gem skin inspired by the community. It will be released in January. Then we have Controllers Larry and Lawrie, which will be a 29 gem skin. Up next are the Star Toons skins. All of these look completely different because they're inspired by various different types of animation or cartoon. And starting off, we have Pinku Paulette. I like this skin. It's inspired by the Japanese anime style, which is probably why I like it so much. It's like she's a waitress in a local bubble tea shop. I mean, come on. This is the Brawl Pass skin at the end of the Brawl Pass. There will be 2 color variations if you get the Brawl Pass Plus. There's Midori Paulette and Kyoto Paulette, and then, which is, I mean, both of them look cool, right? Next, we have Final Boss Rico. This will be the Power League skin and is inspired from cartoons from the 40s. And man, this is really cool too. But I mean, I gotta say it, Toon Spike. This skin is freaking amazing. He's a 2D character in a 3D world. He gives me Paper Mario vibes with Powerpuff Girl eyes, which is just insane. This is a 20 or 299 gem skin. It's legendary. It's got animations, like all sorts of cool legendary like pins and takedown animations and stuff. This skin is so cool. Next, we have the Dragon Pit season, which will be for February, and these skins include Kit Boxer, who's going to be unlocked from the February Brawl Pass. Then we also have the Gold Paw Kit Boxer and Dark Paw Kit Boxer skins for the Brawl Pass Plus variations. We also have Antivirus 8-Bit, who's getting the legendary skin treatment, and a new legendary skin variation of Virus 8-Bit called Antivirus 8-Bit. Next, we have Ferocious Fang, which is a color variation of Furious Fang. Next, we have a few random skins that don't match into any of the seasons and will be released whenever. First up, we have Win Otis, or W Otis. This will likely be a 79 gem or 149 gem skin and is in celebration of Zeta Division winning the World Championship this year. Next, we have Flag Bearer Piper, 149 gems or 199 gems is my guess. This is a flag bearer skin as a tribute to the Brazilian community, which is cool. And then Doll Jessie. I like this skin too a lot. This one is a 29 gem skin for Brawlentines. I wish that I could get this on my free-to-play account. Well, I mean, I could because I no longer have to spend gems on the Brawl Pass. But the point is, this is a cool skin. I guess that's what bling is for, right? Next is L Quarterback. 79 gems or 149 gems is my guess. This is for the American football fans. And then we have CCTV Poco. This is an interesting one because this is the first skin featuring a brawler before they were transformed into a brawler. This is going to cost 79 gems or 149 gems by my guess. And then for all of you guys that are watching the CCTV and want me to cover it, don't worry, I plan on doing it. I'm already working on a video. It's just taking a lot longer than I thought I would. Next, we have Red and Blue King Frank. This is going to be a special offer only available in the Supercell store. We don't know when it's going to be released, and it might not be released during this update season, but we'll have to wait and see. Either way, this is a really cool skin. It's based off of some fan art that Getty Core made a long time ago. Now, I will be covering the official skin prices and all their animations in a future video. And of course, I'm going to be covering everything else in a lot more detail as well as soon as I get access to the developer builds from the developers. And I will be doing new Brawler Olympic sneak peeks. So make sure you subscribe for more sneak peeks. We'll see you in the next video.